Hey, I'm James, and this is Real Biased Gaming. Recently in the news, J.J. Abrams of Star Trek, Lost, and future Star Wars fame, as well as Gabe Newell of course, Valve fame, delivered together the keynote address at the DICE Summit. Go ahead and Google that if you don't know what it is. What is interesting here is that they talked about making games and movies together. Yeah. So that would be Newell helping make a movie for potentially Portal and or Half-Life, and then of course J.J. Abrams potentially helping out with a video game, which is really, really interesting. Now, personally, I would prefer if it was Joss Whedon instead of Abrams. And I know I'm complaining right off the bat here, but I'm not a big Abrams fan. Super 8 is probably my favorite movie from him, but I mean, really, what the hey? It's cool. I love that these two guys seem like they might actually be serious about getting some of these crossover titles actually made. I mean, video games turning into movies is just... It's such a tease these days. I mean, Halo should have been a movie years ago, but it never really got out of the gate. I mean, it got to the gate, it just never got through it. The Warcraft movie has been on and off for the last, quite a few years now. And while right now it seems like it's actually on, I can't stay too hopeful about that one. On the flip side, and since I am currently in the mood to make fun of J.J. Abrams. Somebody else who I would actually rather see making video games would be Guillermo del Toro, actually. He was in the middle of making a game with Volition called Insane, and I was really pumped about this game, but they shut it down, they canceled the project, and currently Guillermo is actually out trying to find another developer for this game because he actually owns all the intellectual property rights, but it has been delayed, it's on hiatus indefinitely right now. Okay, so I'm not actually really down on Abrams. I like his movies just fine, and I mean, he's definitely one of the better guys in Hollywood, all things considered. I mean, Max Payne movie. But I think he focuses way more on characters. He's really good with characters rather than overall storytelling and storylines in his movies. But these weaknesses are actually the point of this partnership and why ultimately I think it could be one of the most amazing tandems in entertainment history. What? I mean, as long as you do like movies and video games. As long as you like both, then yes, awesome. In their dual address at the DICE Summit, actually, the two of them talked about the limitations of the other's craft. So Newell actually talked a lot about movies, good movies, that took forever to actually get to the good stuff, like the main plot or the actual point of the movie. Now, Abrams actually countered by showing a clip of somebody playing Half-Life 2, and one of the really important scenes where some of the characters are talking to the free man, where the character, instead of listening to the characters and looking at them, looking back at them, the player was just running around, grabbing books and throwing them at people's heads. So just kind of making fun of the other person's media form. Now, I love beginnings. I love them. The start of something is always just the most interesting, and often it's the most important too. And I love that these two guys are starting these projects off by really looking at the things that are holding each other back. I think it's a really great way, because there's a lot of mutual respect there, it seems like, and I think it's a great way to start off this partnership. Now, if I may say so myself, I believe that in the end, a video game with a big Hollywood producer like Abrams or Peter Jackson or Whedon or whoever, will end up being more successful than a movie made by, like, video gamers. If only because gamers could get excited about something like that, Whereas the average non-gamer, they're not going to know who Gabe Newell is, and the most recognizable video game characters they're going to know are probably just Master Chief and Mario. So I really think the video game that could spawn from this partnership really is going to be the potentially more powerful, bigger, better selling one. Now, I'm going to give you an example of what I really like about this combination, what I think in general the combination of video games and movies can really do to enhance just the experience that you get from a video game. So the scene in Half-Life 2 with the Freeman, Alex, and Dog is really a great example of how the two come together. It is such a movie moment, actually, where this intriguing new robot character is introduced. You learn a lot about Alex as a character, and you kind of get to take a deep breath during the plot before you plunge into Ravenholm. Now, those are the movie elements, but really from a gaming perspective, you get to learn how to use this awesome new weapon, the gravity gun, and you're really playing a physics puzzle, in a sense, at the same time. So, to me, that is the kind of thing you can expect when you have movie elements, movie-making elements from Hollywood actually in a video game, and I think that's really cool. And let's be honest, I mean, the most incredible thing that they've ever done in a movie where they used video game elements was, what, fights in Mortal Kombat or the first-person shooter section in Doom? I mean, we all know we want a lot more of that, right? Now, do you think the two mediums are mutually exclusive? Do you think they don't work well together? Or, I mean, what movies have you been waiting for to come out that are based on your favorite games? Or maybe you disagree with me and you think that a movie based on a video game, given the right influences and correctly done, could actually turn out better than a video game based on movie making techniques. Alright, well, thanks for your thoughts in the comments section below. Once again, I'm James, and this is Real Biased Gaming.